In the mysterious flow of history of the Shang dynasty, Tai Jia emerges as a bright star shining in the dark sky, a king with a far-reaching vision and a passionate heart devoted to his homeland. Recognized as the third king of this dynasty, he was not merely a figure seated on the throne, but a courageous leader who revived a kingdom engulfed in crisis, a realm where the people's trust had waned and their hearts were filled with unease. The early years of Tai Jia's reign were marked by confusion and instability, emerging from the ominous shadow of De, who left the dynasty with deep scars. Tai Jia faced a harsh reality full of challenges: the internal discord among court officials, conflicts among nobles, and the looming threat of invasion from outside forces created a turbulent environment for the people. In such a context, he was determined not only to restore the dynasty's prestige, but also to rebuild the trust of the people. Tai Jia did not wait for a miracle to come from above. He decided to take action. He summoned all the officials to a grand conference where every voice would be heard. In that solemn atmosphere, all eyes were fixed on him, the sovereign of the dynasty. To dispel the tension, Tai Jia used sincere words, igniting hope in everyone's hearts. We are all citizens of this kingdom, and we can only be strong when we unite. Each of us has a role in building a brighter future. His words were like droplets of morning dew falling on barren soil, warming the hearts of the people. Tai Jia embarked on comprehensive reforms, from rectifying the administrative machinery to restoring forgotten laws. He instructed the officials to not only consider their power, but to center their service around the well-being of the people. Throughout this process, Tai Jia consistently emphasized that a strong nation must be built on a foundation of trust and mutual respect. One day, while surveying the countryside, he witnessed heartbreaking scenes. The weary farmers, faces gaunt from failed harvests, filled his heart with anguish. Tai Jia decided to go beyond legislative reforms. He created agricultural support teams. He organized workshops, providing farmers with knowledge about new farming techniques and encouraging them to cultivate crops suitable for their land. Notably, he initiated the construction of irrigation systems to transform arid plots into fertile fields. His presence among the farmers was like a breath of fresh air, bringing hope and motivation. During conversations by the rice paddies, he was not just a king but a friend, a companion. He listened to their worries, sharing in their burdens, and thus fostered a bond between ruler and subjects, a rare quality for any monarch in history. However, this so-called peace could not last indefinitely. One beautiful morning, as the sun rose, news of an impending invasion from the north spread like wildfire. Barbaric tribes were gathering, determined to seize the fertile lands of the Shang dynasty. Tai Jia could not sit idly in the palace while his people were anxious. He decided to call forth his army. They were not seasoned warriors, but mostly farmers and blacksmiths. Yet under his leadership, they transformed into a unified force, fueled by the spirit of determination to protect their homeland. The battle raged fiercely. Swords clashed. Shouts rang out across the battlefield. Tai Jia stood at the forefront, his face stern yet his eyes brimming with resolve. He understood that failure would not only endanger the throne, but threaten the very future of his people. In a crucial moment, as despair loomed, he rose, calling out to all, "We fight not just for the throne, but for the survival of our country, for our homeland. Remember, even if we must sacrifice, we shall never submit to the enemy." His words acted as a new lifeblood, igniting the flames of determination within each warrior. They charged forward together, unafraid of hardship, undaunted by fear. With courageous hearts and unyielding resolve, they achieved a glorious victory, defeating the enemy and restoring peace to the land. The celebration following the battle was vibrant, as those who once were burdened by worry now rejoiced in the triumph. And Tai Jia, their leader, was hailed as a hero. In the years that followed, under Tai Jia's reign, the Shang dynasty continued to flourish. He was not just a wise king, but also the beloved hero of his people. The reforms he implemented established stability and prosperity for the nation. He became a symbol of strength and perseverance, a man who used love and responsibility to guide his people through adversity. Tai Jia left a profound mark on history, not only through his shrewd political decisions, but also through his deep human values. He proved that a king is not merely a ruler, but must also be a person of compassion, one who listens and empathizes with the struggles of his people. The stories of his meetings, his governance, and the fierce battles he fought became legendary, forever living in the hearts of the people. Thus, as time flows, Tai Jia remains a shining star, guiding future generations, a testament to the power of perseverance and love for the homeland. Under his reign, the Shang dynasty regained its glory, but what mattered more was that he etched into the minds of his people the image of a courageous king, a true leader who cared for his citizens. The tales of his life will always serve as a lesson for every generation, that leadership is not only about power but also about responsibility and compassion.